Super Bowl and an AFC title. Almost got there again this year. And now the two Joes are teaming up for a absolutely fantastic cause. Thank you so much both for being here.
Oh, so thank you for having us.
Well, we should point out that you're paid spokespersons for Guinness, appropriately on St. Patrick's Day we have you here. But you were in town yesterday for an event for City Harvest. Tell us about that. What happened yesterday?
Go get him, Joe.
Yeah, we teamed up with City Harvest, and we were bagging some sweet potatoes yesterday, and of course this guy made it a competition, so we got after it a little bit.
How do you compete in bagging potatoes?
Well, there was a lot of people and they were bagging, and of course we had to see who was going to do it. Well, the fortunate thing was we were on the same team, so we didn't lose.
Yeah.
City Harvest certainly won, and so did all those folks. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, no, Guinness is always great. One of the things that they do, they love giving back and to the communities, and this is a big part of their program of their million hours from Guinness to say, hey, let's go out and support our community. And we went out and did our job yesterday with them, but it was all because of Guinness and their thoughtfulness about, hey, we're doing something good, let's do something, we're doing something well. Let's give back to the community and be a part of it. And it's all been a great partnership for us.
And I know it's been a partnership you've been involved in for quite some time. Joe, this is fairly new for you. What does it mean to you to be able to be a part of something so important?
Well, I'm very excited to be working with them, like you said, because they give back to the community, and food insecurity is a big issue for them, and it's very important to my heart because of where I grew up and the people that I grew up with, and we help a lot of people doing this. Yesterday, like we said, we were helping with the food pantries, and that's something that I've always tried to do.
Yeah, that's great.
So Joe B, when you're hanging out with Joe M, what is that like? I mean, you've got this legend. You're moving into that legend status. What do you guys talk about?
Well, it's
Sleep.
You're just like that.
You could have been part of that segment.
I was just telling them that I think the show was meant for me and my wife. My wife called me this morning. I go, what are you doing up? Why are you? She cannot sleep past 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What's it like, Joe?
I mean, it's to be around a guy like him, I think, is exciting for me because I know he's had all the success in the world that I plan on and want to have in my profession. And then he's a great person to hang out with, helps in the community, has a lot of the same values that I have. And so it's been a fun couple of days to get to know him.
When I was a little boy, there were two quarterbacks that I idolized in Columbia, South Carolina. The first was Doug Williams, and the other was Joe Montana. The first starter jacket I ever had. It was Joe Montana, Roger Craig, Jerry Rice, Tom Rathman, Ronnie Lott. The 49ers were like the first team I idolized. And then a couple weeks ago, I read something that actually surprised me. Your jersey, perhaps you heard. Do you know what it went for at auction? I'll tell you, Joe Montana. $1.2 million. Wow. And this is a Super Bowl jersey from the Super Bowls 19 and Super Bowl 23. And is it true that your wife, the wife you just mentioned, she actually put that jersey in the bag for Super Bowl 23?
Yeah, she always, before the game, she would always do some fun things for me, whether I had this little thing we carried all the pencils and pens inside my playbook. She would put photos, but this time, we were going to the Super Bowl, and I was packing to leave to go. And when I get there, I opened up, and she said there was a little note saying something to the likes, "Hey, this was good luck for you last time. You might want to wear it again this time." And so you can see the difference when we're standing in the huddle or in the. There's a picture going as we're going out. The stripes are different on my sleeves as it is on the rest of the guys standing next to me.
Yeah.
And so, I wore the same jersey twice in those two different Super Bowls.
Hopefully whoever picked it up for $1.2 million has some luck out of it, too.
So your wife won Super Bowl 23.
Yes, she did.
Before I let you go, Joe, we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers. We got to talk about.
Okay.
We got to talk about some of the moves.
Just thinking, no, we don't.
We got to talk about some of the moves. Jimmy Garoppolo going to Oakland. I mean, what do you make of all the quarterback activity in the NFL right now?
Well, I think it's an exciting time for quarterbacks in the league because, the market is getting higher and higher. The dollar value is getting higher and higher, and that's pushing the league forward and pushing guys forward. And there's more and more quarterbacks coming in this day and age that are, are well equipped to come in and be starters immediately and play well early. And I think that has to do with the way the game is being coached and grown from the youth level. Guys are throwing the ball more. Guys are throwing and catching. The receivers are getting better. So I think it's just an exciting time for the game.
Joe Montana, you ever look at some of these contracts and you think to yourself, man, if I had just been 25 years younger.
Well, yeah, I tried to. If I could run from here to the window over there, I might try to still play too.
Joe Montana, Joe Burrow, legend, future legend. Thank you both.
I appreciate it.
Happy St.
Appreciate
Patrick's
you guys having us.